Alright, boom. So today we got the rules of rugby explained for beginners, and I'm not gonna lie, right? We've been getting into rugby recently, but I don't really know the rules. Like, I have reacted to women's rugby, the South American versus New Zealand team. You feel me? We reacted to some videos, but the only rules like I picked up on is you can kick the ball forward because they be kicking it forward, running after it, but you can't throw it forward. Like, you gotta throw it back because every time they pass the ball to one of their teammates, he be right behind them or something. Or he be to the side, but behind them still. You feel me? I don't think you can't throw it forward, and you score a touchdown just like in football. And you can like kick it between the posts, but I don't really know how many points everything is. But yeah, and that's what we're here for. Like, we don't know the main rules. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's just get straight into the video.
Rugby League can be confusing for newcomers with its countless rules and intricacies. However, getting a good understanding of this huge and complex sport is the key to fully appreciating it. In this video, we'll cover all the basics of League, laws, rules, and more. So after this video, you can jump straight into a game. I've broken this video into 7 main pillars of essential components to the game, each segment covering a different type of crucial rule or law, so let's get right into it. The fundamental aim of Rugby League is straightforward, to outscore the opposing team within the 80-minute match duration. Teams employ various tactics and strategies to achieve this goal, utilizing the unique rules and structure of the sport to their advantage. Rugby League matches are contested between 2 teams, each fielding 13 players on the pitch at any given time. An additional 4 players are available as substitutes, allowing for strategic replacement during the game.
Wait, hold on. You got 4 subs for like the entire team in an 80-minute game?
Goes wrong and a player can't continue. The playing field for Rugby League has specific dimensions.
Wait, hold up. I'm pausing hella already, but can you only sub in when a player can't continue, or is like if somebody's really super gassed, you can sub in? And also 4 subs is kind of like
mentions and markings.
I mean, they don't even got like some people there you can switch them out during like a quarter or halftime or whatever. Like, you actually just gotta stick with the same
100 meters, marked every 10, excluding the in-goal areas, and a width typically around 68 meters.
Damn.
2 goalposts stand at either side, shaped like capital H's on the end lines, or tri-line in the middle. And finally, the in-goal areas. They go for 6 to 11 meters from the tri-line backwards, and where you can score. The field is bounded by several lines that determine whether the ball is out of play. The touch lines are the sidelines to the left and right of the field, and the dead ball lines are the lines beyond the in-goal areas at the very ends. When the ball or a player carrying it crosses these boundaries, play is halted and restarted. If the ball goes into touch or crosses the sidelines, play resumes with a scrum. And if the ball crosses the dead ball line, play restarts from the 20-meter line nearest to where it went out. The primary way to score is by obtaining a try, which is worth 4 points. This occurs when a player grounds the ball in the opponent's in-goal area, demonstrating downward pressure on the ball.
So you only get like 4 points?
Following successful try, the scoring team has the opportunity to attempt a conversion kick for an additional 2 points, which must be taken from a position.
So like when you go for 2 instead of, in football though, you actually kick to go for 1, and then you pass to go for 2. But for y'all, like y'all kick to go for 2.
In line with where the try was scored. And
oh damn. So you can't even kick, you can't line up from like right here, you gotta line up from, so if, what if somebody scores like on the far corner? Like, that's, like if you run in and you score from here, you're kind of cooking your team because they can't get that 2 points, bro, because the guy's gonna have to score a kick from like a crazy angle. So people be trying to pass it back here, or they just go for 4 and say fuck the 2, like it's whatever.
Try was
we'll take what we can get.
And aimed between the goalposts above the crossbar.
Additionally, low-key, it's like a free kick in soccer, except you're not going for the foul, you're just going for like the line. But
teams can score points through penalty kicks, awarded for various infringements, which also yield 2 points if successfully kicked between the goalposts. Lastly, a drop goal, executed by kicking the ball through the post during open play, is worth 1 point, or 2 if it's outside the 40-meter line, and adds a tactical element as it can be attempted at any time, particularly when teams are in a tight match.
I ain't gonna lie, 2 and 1 points though is way less than in football, but at the same time, like getting 1 point, but at the same time, being able to do like quickly, and it feels like, I think the games just have smaller scores in rugby, bro.
One of the fundamental rules in rugby league offense is that the ball can only be passed backwards or laterally. Forward passes are not allowed and result in a turnover. This means offensive players must be strategic about positioning themselves to receive passes as they move up the field. The offense can maintain possession for as long as they can, continue to advance the ball and try to score. However, after 6 tackles, there's a handover, so the offense must be strategic about using their tackles effectively to gain field position.
Wait, so even when you like tackled, you just keep it, but you only get 6 of them. Like you don't re-get first down. Like after you get past a certain line, you can't like reset the tackles. It's just 6 max from one end of the field to the other end.
After being tackled, the player must release the ball and do a play the ball by rolling it backwards with their foot, having another player picking it up and continuing the action. On the 5th tackle, teams will often kick the ball downfield to push the other team back from the try line before possession changes. 2 defenders are allowed to remain in the ruck area, while the rest need to go back 10 meters. The offense can then pick up the ball from the player that got tackled and continue.
So y'all can't swarm him immediately like the guy who's down. You like all you guys have to take a step back. Only 2
attack
people
by
can
passing
jump on
it or just running it. Unlike in some other sports, offensive players are not allowed to obstruct or block defenders to create space for the ball carrier. This means offensive formations and plays must be designed around players running support lines and creating space through positioning and passing.
So they can grab and hold you, but your teammates can't like push them out the way or grab or hold them. Like it's just like one-sided grappling. Like.
Now, onto another big part, which is kicking.
Makes it a little fair,
In
I
Rugby
guess.
League, various types of...
But at the same time, I feel like this is more tiring. Like having to run like 10 different routes. Like everyone on the team is running, all acting like they trying to get the ball and all like they're all about to get a pass or something. When you guys could really have like 6 people surrounding him, just pushing people out the way.
Kicks are employed strategically throughout the game to gain territorial advantage and maintain possession. The punt kick is used to clear the ball downfield. For more precise field positioning, players may go for a grubber kick, which involves bouncing the ball along the ground to force the opposing team to play at it.
How do you make it rotate like that perfectly? Like this is not a soccer ball or like a basketball. Like, my fault, football. Well, no, he actually has soccer because I have to make the difference. It's like it's shaped more like a football, so it's like a spear. How is he making it bounce perfectly?
Or risk conceding to a scrum. The bomb, a high spiraling kick, is used to challenge the catching ability of the opposing team. Each kick is used to execute certain tactics and plays, but a wrong kick choice can lead to a team handing the opposition a try and potentially even losing the team a match. Next, we're going to look at some important rules and laws that are pretty crucial for knowing the game. Firstly, knock-on. A knock-on occurs when an attacking player drops the ball forwards, causing it to hit the ground or another player. Next up is a huge part of Rugby League that differs from pretty much every other sport like it, and it's the scrum. A Rugby League scrum involves players making a formation to begin play from. The halfback feeds the ball through the legs of one of the props usually and receives it from the back of the scrum. Traditionally, and still in Union, scrums were used for teams to compete for possession of the ball. However, with the introduction of...
I'm not gonna lie, I like that it has a unique name. Because what the hell are they actually doing, bro? Like, so you guys are pushing the ball like in between yourselves?
Fair but uncontested to come back of the scrum.
How are they competing?
Traditionally and still in Union, scrums were used for teams to compete for possession of the ball. However, with the introduction of fair...
He's dribbling it forward and the team is moving so they can like...
Uncontested scrums, the ball is now fed into the second row, reducing the effective competition of the ball. Next is a strange rule, the 40-20. The 40-20 rule, introduced by the ARL in Australia in 1997, and later adopted by Britain, rewards the accurate kicking and general play. For a successful 40-20 kick, the kicker must be behind his side of the 40-meter line when kicking the ball. The ball must first hit the ground within the field of play, then the ball must go over the sidelines past the opponent's 20-meter line. The kicking team is awarded a restart from where the ball left the field. Very similar is the 20-40 kick.
So if y'all really doing bad on possession, you guys can just kick it, but you have to make sure it like the kick is perfectly goes out in like the 20-meter yard line, and y'all smooth.
20-40 is
and
basically
you get it back
the same
at the same spot
as the 40-20 but reversed. So the kicker must be behind his side of the 20-meter line when kicking the ball, and then it has to go over the sidelines past the 40-meter line of the opponents.
Yeah, that has to be way easier to hit every time. I'm not gonna lie. If you guys are really getting swarmed that badly in your 20-meter line and you guys are they're about to get the ball, it's so easy to just kick it all the way over there and make sure it goes out 40 meters. That's hella space.
British structure. After a
Gotta make
coin
sure you
toss
get
with the
this out.
captains and referee, the winner
Little
chooses to
diagonal
either
kick.
kick off or receive the kickoff, and selects which end of the field to attack for the first half, because the ends change after halftime. Each team defends their end of the field and alternates between attacking and defending, and at the 40th minute, teams take a 10-minute break and swap ends. There we have it. That's the fundamental rules and laws of rugby league.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Rugby is a bit complicated, bro. Like I do remember most of the rules from this video, but I have one very important question. Y'all are playing for 80 minutes straight with no substitute or rotation. Like, you guys got 4 people on the bench and they're only there in case someone gets injured. Like, that's it. 80 minutes straight. Like, obviously there's halftime, but bro, 40. And the way they be playing rugby, you're running routes the entire time. Everybody's running routes. You can't block. It's not rest. You feel me? You get 6 tackles to the floor, but you got to get back up and keep the possession going. Like, you're not taking a break and people catching their breath. It might genuinely be one of the most demanding sports physically, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's like the worst parts of football and soccer. And genuinely, I mean the worst part. I'm not saying the best parts. Because, yeah, I mean, they're good parts, but it's physical and the stamina and running the whole time and no stops and stuff. It's like, but with that being said, bro, let me know what y'all think. Is rugby, like, the most demanding sport? Or is it, like, top 3 and there's more demanding sports we don't know about? Because, to be honest, nobody plays rugby in America. So I ain't know about none of the rules. Like, I did hear about it, and I knew, like, how the ball looks, but I ain't know nothing else about the sport. With that being said, I'm gonna see y'all next one.